Have you ever noticed that amazing feeling you get when you finally achieve something you've wanted for so long, only for it to be followed by this ache when it's gone? It's a universal feeling, right? Well, today, we're going to dive into an ancient Pali text that has some seriously profound wisdom on that exact cycle. It's like a timeless guide to understanding our own desires and finding a real, lasting sense of peace.
Okay, so let's start with the feeling we all know and love, that pure, unmistakable joy of getting exactly what you wish for.
I mean, this ancient verse just nails it, doesn't it? Think about it. That last time you hit a big goal or bought something you've been saving up for forever. That moment of pure, unfiltered satisfaction. That feeling of, yes, I did it. That's what the text is talking about when it says the mind is filled with joy.
But, and this is a huge but, the text doesn't just stop there. It immediately asks us to flip the coin and look at the other side of that feeling. Because, let's be real, we all know that amazing high doesn't last. Things change.
And this, right here, illustrates the core human dilemma perfectly. You have the incredible high of getting what you want, but when it vanishes, the pain that follows is just as intense. The text uses this incredibly powerful metaphor for that pain. It says we suffer as if we've been struck by an arrow. It's sharp, it's sudden, and it's a direct result of how attached we were to that initial joy.
So, if we're all walking around getting hit by these painful arrows, what's actually causing it? What's the root of this whole cycle? Well, the text goes deeper, kind of like a doctor diagnosing the source of the pain.
The text makes this really crucial distinction about desire, or what it calls kama. See, it's not just about the external stuff we want, the vatukama, the new phone, the better job, the perfect vacation. It's also about the internal state of wanting itself. That's the kilasakama, the greed, the passion, that relentless mental engine of longing that's always running in the background.
And the fuel for that engine? The text calls it tanha. You can translate it as craving or even thirst, and that's such a perfect word for it, isn't it? It's this deep, persistent urge that just can't be quenched, always pushing us to find the next thing to satisfy us.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. The text actually personifies these internal struggles as an army, led by a tempter figure named Mara. It's a way of showing us just how powerful these forces are inside our own minds. You've got sensual pleasure leading the charge, but right behind it are things like discontent, that gnawing feeling of, is this all there is? And fear, and doubt, and even plain old stubbornness. It's a full-on internal battle.
But the arrow of suffering doesn't just come from wanting things. The text points to an even more subtle and honestly often more dangerous trap, our deep attachment to our own ideas.
The text then asks this question that is just as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. I mean, think about it. Why do we argue? Why do we fight? In our families, in our politics, online? Where does all that conflict really come from? And the answer it gives is a kind of chain reaction. It starts with our desires and intentions. From there, we get attached to what we hold dear, and that includes our opinions. And when someone challenges those deeply held beliefs, bam, conflict. It's the exact same pattern as with physical things, but now it's about our need to be right.
This is the absolute heart of the issue. We cling to our viewpoints, our ideologies, our team, and we declare this alone is true and everything else is just wrong. This white-knuckled grip on being right, this refusal to even entertain another perspective, the text says that's a primary driver of suffering in the world. And you can see that playing out everywhere.
Okay, so you might be thinking, wow, this is a bit grim. We're pierced by arrows of desire, we're trapped in prisons of our own ideas. Is there a way out? Well, yes. The text doesn't just diagnose the problem, it offers a beautiful path toward freedom.
The solution isn't about winning every argument or getting everything you want. It's about cultivating a totally different quality of mind. It's the mind of a Muni, a wise sage, someone who's found a deep sense of inner peace. And to help us understand this state of mind, the text gives us this absolutely stunning metaphor. Picture a drop of water on a lotus leaf. It sits right there on the surface, but it doesn't soak in, it doesn't stain or cling to the leaf at all. The leaf remains pure, untouched. That, the text says, is how a sage experiences the world. The sage still sees and hears and feels everything. The good, the bad, the beautiful, the painful, but they don't cling to it. They aren't stained by greed or anger or that desperate need to be right. This non-clinging, this ability to let life's experiences roll over you like water off a lotus leaf, that is the very essence of freedom. That's how you avoid the arrow. So in the end, this ancient text isn't just philosophy. It's a very practical invitation for us right here and now.
So as you go about your day, think about it. What is one thing in your life, maybe an opinion, maybe a desire, maybe an expectation, just one thing that you could hold a little more lightly? Because as this ancient wisdom suggests, maybe that's where the path to true peace really begins.